Welcome to the Scarlet Report. Manchester United 2, Everton 0. In this tactical video analysis, I am going to show you some of the things that you may have missed during the game. Without any further ado, let's analyze. Okay, let's start this tactical analysis video by talking about a player that has impressed most Manchester United fans in our post-World Cup games, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And this first clip highlights his ability to play under pressure, which is extremely important if you want to build a press-resistant team. David De Gea goes to the right towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka over there. Now, as you can see, Aaron Wan-Bissaka over here is boxed by 4 Everton players. And a few of our players, with the exception of Lisandro Martinez, actually struggle in these kind of situations. But let's see how Aaron Wan-Bissaka deals with this situation right here. Well, as you can see, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is unfazed and he moves to his right here in order to open up space so he can play ball forward. Why? Because Aaron Wan-Bissaka knows what we also know, is that when you are presented with a challenge like this that Everton did, when they commit 4 players, actually 6 players, to press Manchester United in our own half, that eventually and ultimately opens up opportunities as well. And the opportunity here, of course, is this space right here where Sabitzer is running, and that's where Aaron Wan-Bissaka can find him. Great. Actually, if you watched my tactical analysis video in the aftermath of our 2-1 win against Manchester City, actually our second goal was scored this way. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, same thing, dribbling past the Manchester City players, passing it here. Instead of Sabitzer, it was Casemiro who played the through ball to Rashford and Bruno Fernandes, who ended up scoring the goal. So here, this chance also resulted in a clear-cut chance for Marcus Rashford. We should have scored way more than we did. Next, the second clip actually shows another side of Aaron Wan-Bissaka's game that I love, which is his off-the-ball movement. He is such an intelligent player, great anticipation, great reading of the game, and I think he's also a little bit of a master of puppets. This guy knows what he wants to do, and he makes the opposition dance to his tune. So let's see what he does here. Obviously, Aaron Wan-Bissaka over here. Bruno Fernandes goes towards Anthony. Now, as you can see, we have 2 triangles. A Manchester United triangle of players with Bruno Fernandes, Anthony, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And then an Everton triangle of players with Onana, Dwight McNeil, and Godfrey. Okay? Now, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is going to keep on moving incessantly because he's trying to maintain this triangle for one reason that we're gonna see later. So as you can see here, Anthony gets the ball, Aaron Wan-Bissaka moves here. He knows that he's not gonna get that ball, but he's moving to drag Godfrey with him over here. Now when the ball comes towards Bruno Fernandes, he sprints in the inside because he does not want Godfrey and Dwight McNeil to gang up on Anthony over here. So he is moving this way, again maintaining that triangle. Now this results in what? By the way, so by staying here near Godfrey, as you can see, actually Aaron Wan-Bissaka moving his arm over here next to Godfrey, literally telling him, listen bro, I'm pinning you down, you're going nowhere, you're staying with me. What Aaron Wan-Bissaka is doing is that he's maintaining this triangle over here, which allows Anthony a 1v1 situation against Dwight McNeil, which is a duel that I expect him to win. The reason why Anthony and Jadon Sancho have not really been effective at Manchester United is because most of the time they have to dribble past 2 players, not 1 player. And so Aaron Wan-Bissaka, by occupying Godfrey right here, and then of course Bruno Fernandes by standing here, making sure that Onana is focused on him rather than on Anthony, he's allowing a 1v1 situation for Anthony. And of course Anthony, we know he's a great dribbler. He goes past Dwight McNeil. Godfrey, of course, is dragged there, therefore freeing up Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That was a great chance that could have resulted in a goal. Now again, another aspect of Aaron Wan-Bissaka's game that is extremely underrated is his creative ability. I know that a lot of people think of Diogo Dalot as the most creative fullback that we have, but that's not true. I think Dalot is silky smooth. He's got better technique than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Sure, I'm gonna give him that. But when it comes to tangible impacts on games and on our results, I think Aaron Wan-Bissaka actually has a much bigger impact than Diogo Dalot. Let's see what he does here. Of course, he keeps the ball in play. Most players would have just given up on that. And then here, he sees Scott McTominay in a move that is, of course, foreshadowing the goal, moving to this half space over here, and then with his supposedly weaker foot, through ball to Scott McTominay. Had we made better decisions or better movements here, that could have been 1-0 Manchester United. But again, this sequence right here, again, it's becoming quite common between Bruno Fernandes and Antony in corners, where we target Antony over here in the edge of the box. We've done it against Newcastle and against Brentford because we are trying, again, just like we're trying to maximize Antony's opportunities in 1v1 situations. I think that Erik ten Hag is also trying to maximize the amounts of shots he has in this area with his left foot. These left foot curlers he's very good at. And here, again, he was actually pretty good. Pickford, who had an amazing game, could not touch this one. Post towards Wan-Bissaka. That should have been 1-0 Manchester United. I'm not criticizing Wan-Bissaka for missing that. I just wanted him to score because I think that his performances for Manchester United deserve a goal. Now, let's look at the Manchester United setup. Again, just like against Brentford, as you can see here, Bruno Fernandes is the lone deep line playmaker with Harry Maguire over here and Wan-Bissaka, Malacia, Lisandro Martinez, who's not on the frame. And as you can see, we do have 5 players lined up here with Malacia, of course, wide here, but who can come and support. As you can see, this is not a good situation to be in for Everton, as was the case for Brentford. Their back four here, they have to deal with 4 or 5 players, and then their midfielders right here, this box right here that contains 5 Everton players, they literally have nothing to do. Nothing to do. And so literally when you have a player like Bruno Fernandes, he can just bypass what's happening here and go straight to our forward players. This also leaves us with a lot of space here, so we are quite resistant because we do have a lot of players here and there is plenty of space. That means that these 2 or 3 or 2 or 4 players, if they come and press us, there is a lot of space for us to go around their press. Amazing. And as you can see, of course, Sabitzer and McTominay are lined up at around the same level as Marcus Rashford. And of course, we know that this is going to have an impact on the goal that we scored. So, of course, Bruno Fernandes went high and deep towards Marcus Rashford. Another clear-cut chance that he missed. We have to start scoring goals, damn it. Start putting those chances away. Anyway, this is the goal. It starts with Sabitzer in the wide area. Gives it to Marcus Rashford, sorry. Now Marcus Rashford is coming in deep, hence opening up this space. Now, of course, Scott McTominay and Sabitzer are going to go and occupy that space that Marcus Rashford has freed up. Sancho, who's now started on the left, is going to end up being on the right. So that's also a very interesting move because he's the one who's going to end up providing the assist. So Marcus Rashford goes wide towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Great tenacity, great determination. Gets the ball to Scott McTominay. As Scott McTominay turns, now as you can see, Sancho is making a move, but Scott McTominay did not spot that. He did not make the pass. So, but now this is very important because Sancho finds himself in this area right here. That's where he's going to provide the assist. Marcus Rashford gets the ball, great, holding up the ball, determined, driven, does not lose the ball. The ball finds itself to Sancho, who was, as you remember, on the left-hand side. Now he's on the right-hand side. This area right here, that's where Scott McTominay is going to go. This is reminiscent of that Casemiro chip against Reading. Just substitute McTominay with Casemiro and Jadon Sancho with Antony. And that's that goal against Reading. Beautiful through ball, beautiful finish. And again, as you can see, very important detail. Our 2 most advanced players are Scott McTominay and Sabitzer. The 2 players who are supposedly supposed to be in our Manchester United double pivot are actually the most advanced players. So this is clear evidence that Erik ten Hag has changed and tweaked his tactical system. And Manchester United fans, congratulations. After so many seasons of a very rigid, very static 4-2-3-1, finally we have a manager who's willing to try new things. But of course, we cannot talk about great Manchester United performances. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna have a sip of water, talking too fast. Okay, that's refreshing. So we cannot talk about a great Manchester United performance without talking about a great Bruno Fernandes performance. Our captain, fantastic. This was a great opportunity to counterattack for Everton. The Murray Gray, he's devilishly fast, so is Iwobi. But Bruno Fernandes, yeah! Roy Keane over there. That's not Bruno Fernandes. Amazing tackle right there. And then here again, Captain Fantastic. Really reminds me of Robson. So him and Harry Maguire fight to get this ball. But look, Bruno Fernandes, as soon as the ball finds its way to Marcus Rashford again, who's dropping deep, Bruno Fernandes is making a run into this space. Beautiful. Now he gets the ball and Mr. Hollywood pass. Beautiful pass deep towards Jadon Sancho. Now, Anthony Martial is coming in deep, but Sabitzer comes in, makes himself available. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a second Mr. Hollywood pass in Sabitzer. Bruno Fernandes making a move into this space that Anthony vacated, and Mr. Hollywood Pass 2.0, beautiful inviting cross. God, that should have been a goal if it were not for this guy. Jordan Pickford, what an amazing game. Everton should have lost 5, 6 or 7-0 if it were not for this guy. Beautiful performance from Pickford. And again, he's proven why he's England's #1, okay? Now, let's move on to, of course, our second goal. Now, the second goal was a howler, a blunder by this guy, Seamus Coleman. Now, if it was any other player, I would say, okay, you know what, fair play, we were lucky. But this guy, this one, like there isn't one more deserving player than this crybaby right here. This is karma, and I'm gonna come to that later. Marcus Rashford seizes the opportunity, not selfish. Martial is his mate, passes it to him, and bienvenue, Monsieur Anthony Martial. What a beautiful goal, composed and just places it in the net. And the reason why I'm happy that Seamus Coleman is the one who committed that blunder, because he's such a crybaby. Look at him. Every time a Manchester United player was next to him, he would just fall. Look at this, like a house of cards. So I am just happy that we actually won this game and that we have won it in this fashion. And I'm very happy with our individual performances from players, of course, like Lisandro Martinez and Harry Maguire, who was also very solid defensively, but also Bruno Fernandes, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Scott McTominay, and Sabitzer. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that you've enjoyed this tactical breakdown. If you did, please give the video the thumbs up, and also please leave a comment sharing your insights and observations after watching the game yourself. And until next time, cheers.